in.
I've just read it.
Make moves on the.
I've just read the email again.
But it wasn't implying rape.
Okay there, just want to address this. There's a video of me going around from the Tommy Robinson march. Yes, I spoke to a female who was with a mum, and the mum...
English chief mate. Absolutely, I'm a Nazi and proud.
Nothing is real. Your freedoms aren't real. You've been enslaved by lies. There's a global government that's running everything. We control the media. We control the textbooks. And you're essentially just a patient.
Even like I've seen a couple of women saying a Bible only show a photo of himself as a 10-year-old. Why is that? Is that what you want to get off on? Do you having sex with a 10-year-old? Is that what it is, you little weirdo? You want to try and look at me as a 10-year-old so you can picture fucking that you could possibly do something.
As always here at Just Gone Viral, we strive to bring you news that the mainstream media won't disclose and will never tell you. An example of this is a video we released on Axel Rudabakana, which explained that he walked through the wrong door and not a door of a dance studio, as that wasn't there until 3 months after the attack. Pay close attention to the next bit of footage you're about to see from the body cam footage of the police officers, because that sign that stated Heart Studio that was outside that doorway is now nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, fuck off. Yeah, fuck off. Yeah. Also.
This is your fucking fault.
Fuck off.
Yeah, it's your fucking
scumbag. No, you fucking slag. Okay, well, you've been organised to ask me to leave.
Yeah, well, if they want to come and speak to me themselves.
Well, there's people that are scared.
Why them? Why them?
I tell you why, Ryan, it's because people...
I mean, you don't have to be here with videos, do you?
People are going to see that you were here.
You either want to react. Right, I'm guarantee I've got more of a right-wing following than anything.
Oh, you're the girl who moaned about the... She's the one who went on about the grooming inquiry.
Stop giving them reaction.
She's the one who dissed the grooming inquiry.
You being here is going to give everyone else here a really bad message.
It's not a
Changed my name to Yusuf Mohammed while I was inside and invited me for a bit of food. And I was walking around for weeks. No money, eating prison food, no visits. And these Muslims were eating this wonderful, like a table like this. You can imagine it. Just like a big wonderful spray of everything, and it was just full.
Well, welcome to you all, and thank you for joining me back at the channel. We've just gone viral for another live. I hope you're doing all okay, everybody out there. If you can all hear me loud and clear, do me a favour and just drop a 1 down in the chat section. And we'll also do a roll call and just see where everybody's listening from across the world. So I hope you're doing very well on the 22nd, obviously, of July, 2026. There's been quite a lot been going on behind the scenes with YouTube and especially their content creators. So I'm going to kind of blow the lid on a few things today. Some people might be aware of them, other people won't. I'll also refer to some of the things that I've pointed out in the videos previously with regards to items of clothing. A few people left a few comments with regards to the DP audit, sorry, with regards to the black and white checkered hat, and also with regards to Liam Tuff's black and white shirt. I've actually found something else as well. I was going to put it in this video, but I think I'm going to do a separate video, which will be with regards to DP audits again, and his very close friend, who we call here Ryan the Racist Ferguson. So that's going to be a very interesting video. And for them people who had questions with regards to the item of clothing with his hat, it kind of makes sense when I show you a video of Ryan, and hopefully you can put the two together and come up with the maths. So I'll just turn to the comments quickly. It's lovely to have you all here. We've got Natty Bulk, got Miss Mo, to you. Good to see you again. Sponge Babe the first. Hi, hope you're doing okay. I've been away for the past week. I've actually had a bit of food poisoning, so I haven't been in the best state to record any videos or do any live. But I did state in a previous video that I would do an addressing video with regards to what's been going on behind the scenes, how the channel got taken down, and then reinstated. So I'll start right at the very beginning. A few people have covered this already. I actually commented on another YouTuber's channel, which is Danny Unfiltered. If you get a chance to go over to his channel and have a look, he does some really good content, and he kind of exposing a lot of what's going on behind the scenes, kind of with the establishment and also with YouTube and the media companies, because they all seem to be sharing the same bed. So I hope you can all hear me loud and clear. Like I said, if you just drop a 1 down in the chat section, I'll be able to know that the volume on the microphone's okay and I don't need to turn it up or drop it down. So a few of you have asked questions with regards to what happened with the channel. So like I said, I'll start back at the beginning. The channel went down, I believe, at the beginning of June. Actually, no, it's a bit before then, sorry. So it was actually end of April, beginning of May, because we were actually off the channel for the whole of May. Danny Unfiltered covered a really good topic with regards to, I believe it's the British Broadcasting Services, who stated that the government said that you will now watch what the government wants you to watch and not necessarily what you want to watch yourself. And I'll show you this right here, because I have another channel on YouTube. Strangely enough, I hadn't posted a video or any posts on that one for quite a while. And it just so happened on one day that I lost 88 subscribers, all in one day. So I'll show you the screenshot of that and you can have a look for yourself. As you can see, this day happened on Wednesday, the 10th of June. This is actually when YouTube did a takedown. They took down 12 million accounts in one day, which is why if you go and watch some of the content of your favorite content creators, you won't find them. And that's why it shows on the chart here of 88 lost subscribers, is because they didn't unsubscribe, is because their channels were closed. Now, what is very peculiar and quite strange is the existing YouTubers who've managed to dodge this. Now, you've got to think that 12 million accounts are a lot of accounts. Some of the ones, I even actually had someone ask me, had I watched the part 3 of another video, and I then said to them that I couldn't because that channel had actually gone and been taken down. Now, the reason for this is due to Mr. Beast, who wasn't happy that other content creators were making AI videos, apparently, even though we know that's not the real reason. And they were basically stealing his views and revenue, and he didn't like that. So because he's obviously YouTube's little worker, should we say, that's just a prime example of a content creator that works for YouTube. So it might sound a bit preposterous and it might sound a bit bizarre to say that YouTube actually have their own content creators. But when you kind of pair up and match the fact that the government are now going to tell you you're going to watch what they want you to watch, the fact that TikTok, Facebook and YouTube are not abiding by the online safety bill and been told numerous times, I believe they've actually been told about 3 times now, and still nothing has changed. I'm going to go through a few videos in a minute and I'll kind of just clarify and back up kind of what I'm saying. Obviously, I'm not here to convince anybody. Do your own research as always. But like always here at the channel, I will come with the receipts every single time. The only plain fact is there's no point in making up news or facts like that, because these days it's so easy to check. And once people do find out, then you kind of lost all your credibility, really. So, yeah, so it's all good to have you here anyway. Yeah, it is all a stitch up. I'm going to chuck some of your comments up as well, because it seems like we've got a couple of awesome people here on the channel, on the live today. So yeah, it's kind of one of them situations really where unless you're part of the club, you're not going to get pushed anymore. And a few of these characters, or should we say actors, have actually exposed themselves. 1 or 2 have not been able to handle it and literally exposed themselves as being actors, which I'm going to bring you a video on, which will be a Liam Tuff video of all videos. Actually, I believe I've actually got the video clip in this live as well. So I'll play that to you and you can watch for yourself and kind of come to your own conclusions, really. So just to give you a bit of background, YouTube actually has a headquarters in London. They also have another one in America. They had a meeting back in March this year in 2026 where they called their own content creators. Basically, it was an interview. I wasn't selected. I didn't get an email. I know certainly plenty of other YouTubers didn't. I'm sure the ones that did get invited to the Google HQ are the ones that didn't actually manage to be taken down. Now, the excuse that YouTube are given is because they were saying that channels were using AI too much. Considering that YouTube actually introduced a AI function button with regards to thumbnails and actually encouraged their content creators to use it, then only to use AI against them. Or the other excuse that they gave is that the content wasn't authentic enough. Now, just to give you an example, one of these was a boating channel that had 210,000 subscribers, and their content was basically everyday blogging. There was nothing to do with AI, and their channel got taken down. Unfortunately and sadly, a lot of them people who got taken down, their channels terminated, were owed a lot of money by YouTube, and it seems that YouTube haven't paid them that money. So that's a very interesting factor. I'm surprised nobody's actually tried to sue them or take them to court. But if you do, their headquarters are in Ireland, in Dublin, just to make you aware. So if you do want to file any court paperwork against YouTube, their office is in Ireland. So, yeah, so basically what they've tried to do is use an excuse, which isn't a really valid excuse, to then shut down accounts and demonetize. So those who actually managed to survive were actually demonetized. Danny Unfiltered is one of them people. Now, the situation here with our own channel is obviously we had two undesirables who like to speak to each other and pass information of emails and confidential information outside of YouTube, and decided to rally up against the channel to try and bully us and take us down with false copyright claims, something we're not unusual to, especially with one of these people. So the situation is obviously we had, I think it was 10 copyright strikes at one time. We actually survived 10 copyright strikes back in September as well. So I think it's quite a proud achievement that I've managed to survive 3 takedowns of copyrights. But at the end of the day, we don't suffer fools gladly here, and we certainly don't tolerate bullies. So yeah, basically we put in an appeal for all the copyrights. It then came back that it was a 10-day period to file court paperwork, very similar to what we had back in December. Then 2 days later, all of a sudden, the channel was gone. So bearing in mind there was 10 working days, we were told, US working days, that there was to be court paperwork filed against us, preferably at the right court this time, because some individuals don't know what court they're filing paperwork at, and also like to use different names. Which I think is fraud, but when you've got 12 counts of fraud already, I suppose it's not anything unpeculiar, is it? Speaking of which, we've actually got a couple of widgets and soundboards here. So just in case that you feel that he's not here and we don't have his presence here, I've got a couple of things for you.
Who cares?
And one of these.
Nonsense.
So yeah, just to make him feel at home in case he's missing us. So yeah, it was another takedown. I was quite proud actually. They actually took 2 of them to try and take us down. So then what happened from them is when the channel was terminated, you can actually appeal still against the copyright strikes, which I'd already done 3 times in this period. So the first time I was waiting for the 10 working days, they shut the account down. In that period, I then applied again to obviously appeal against copyright strikes. For some reason or other, it came back, YouTube system, I don't know what was going on with it, but they came back and said to us that it hadn't been done properly, it wasn't working properly or something was missing. So I then had to do it again for the 3rd time. So then once I'd done it for the 3rd time, obviously it was then a case of waiting for each one to come off. The last one that was on there, I believe, actually expired last night because there was only 1 out of the 4 that were left. So obviously there were 4 copyright strikes. 3 of them got binned off, and there was only 1 left. And the only one that was left was really my fault because when I filled in the form, I put my address as Pedo Drive. So that probably didn't really help the situation. But obviously I only put that because I knew someone had have to send a letter to it. And the person that had to send that letter just happened to be a pedo, who was quite upset that I didn't attend the telephone court hearing. But I'm not really in the habit of conversing and socialising with sex offenders, so that's probably why. So I'll show you another picture as well. So here you can see, obviously you can see the massive dip that happens on one day, which is Wednesday, the 10th of June. This is when the takedown happened, as you can see for yourself. So yeah, that was kind of the situation with regards to that. Obviously we survived it and we came back, but it kind of worked in our favour. I think because of the copyright strikes, they obviously were in place. I don't know really what happened with YouTube, but obviously the channel went down. It wasn't anything to do with using AI. It wasn't to do with anything of authentic or genuine content. It was nothing to do with that. So kind of the reason we managed to survive is because the account kind of was closed off the back of the copyrights, not necessarily because of the reasons that YouTube gave. So it kind of gave us a bit of a lifeline. And once the copyright strikes were binned off, obviously the channel was then reinstated. So for people wondering what happened and why it happened, that's the reason why. So it seems and appears that because of the copyright takedowns, we actually managed to survive the whole takedown of Wednesday the 10th of June, when obviously 12 million accounts were closed, which is absolutely unbelievable. Which is why now when you go to your home screen of YouTube, you will be greeted by Asmongold or Tyler Oliveira, or who's the other one? Mark Shelby, the American guy. These people all work for YouTube, by the way, and they all belong to the same belief and ideology system, should we say. So we're going to go through a few video clips and we'll kind of just reinstate what I've said. I did have a few other pictures that I wanted to put into this live, but I think I'm going to put them into the DP audits video and Ryan Ferguson video, because that'd be a bit of an eye-opener for you. So, yeah, with regards to the item of clothing, the black and white checkered pattern before. So the black and white hat, obviously, then also our friend, Liam Plant Pot Tough. Very interesting podcast this is with regards to the guests that he has on, because my bet would be that these are the same people that went to Google HQ. Now, taking into consideration some of these content creators and their very colourful past, should we say, my understanding or kind of presumption would be that Google headquarters is based at a probation centre, judging by the characters and their criminal records. Yeah, exactly, 33. I'm glad you said that number as well, because the picture that I've got actually relates to Ryan Ferguson and his T-shirt. It's very interesting. And then you'll kind of relate that to the black and white top of Liam Tough and also the black and white hat of DP Audits and how they all hang around and associate, basically. So also there was the takeover and takedown of YouTube. So over the past year, obviously there was also another Google HQ meeting last year. I believe that was in March as well, which is quite strange because in June last year, isn't that when all these auditors come out all at the same time? So you kind of had to ask yourself the question, how did they all kind of come out at the same time? Why do they all have the same security team? Because judging from my experience, the last security team that they've got is a guy called Fred who doesn't wear an SIA badge and likes to protect sex offenders and woman beaters, such as Charlie Veach. So, and these are all proven fact anyway, so we can't get done for defamation because it's true. So, yeah, number 33 is quite relevant with regards to these people. We're going to go through a couple of videos and you'll find out that people actually work for YouTube themselves and actually have their own content creators. So, and if you're not one of their content creators, your videos won't be getting pushed on the home screen because like they've already said, the government, you're now going to watch what the government wants you to watch, which is their own YouTube content creators. And this doesn't just stop at YouTube. This actually expands across TikTok and Facebook. But it's just funny how they all know each other. There's a very old saying that goes, shills hang with shills. So make of that what you like. Anyway, I'm just going to turn to our friend Ryan, the racist Ferguson.
Be a plant. This is something here at Just Gone Viral we have questioned many times with regards to several different personalities who've been on the main stage and came from nowhere.
I'm just going to pause a sec. Natty Bolt, you're spot on with that. They've shadow banned loads of people. They actually shadow banned me before the lockdown because you could just, for the takedown of YouTube, lockdown. Yeah, they kind of shadow banned a lot of people. So basically, and this is the way these people describe you, all right, and I'm just going to put it out there because I don't really care anymore. And if they want to take us down, that's fine. You can go and find us over on Channel U TV, which is an absolutely booming platform at the minute and expanding and growing like never before. And just been verified for Google Ads and monetization. So it'll be just like YouTube, but better with no predators, no sex offenders and no racists. So a safe platform for all your family and the kids to watch that don't have to watch degenerate behaviour and push an agenda where they kind of want to make your children not have any kind of ambitions, not want to seek an occupation, turn your boys into running around the streets with knives and drugs, and turn your girls into sex workers on OnlyFans, which is quite convenient because these people own OnlyFans and also Pornhub. So there we go. Just a coincidence that it all matches up. So I'll continue with this video a bit, sorry.
This usually tends to happen in a very short period of time, usually within 6 months. Someone will come from nowhere that nobody's ever heard of before and be all over social media. Most of these people you'll find are lacking talent though, who can't sing, dance, but sometimes they can act. This would also coincide with the hijacking of YouTube by a minority and group of people who want to push their own kind of content creators for a certain agenda and to push propaganda, especially within society and the community, causing division between a certain type of religious groups that certainly they don't belong to. This is where I've had respect for Billy Moore and his work, because Billy Moore knows what's going on and knows the game.
Which actually brings me to the point that I would say Billy Moore knows what the game is, because he's one of them. Because didn't Billy Moore come about last year the same time as everybody else?
And he certainly knows who's running it, because you don't make comments against another content creator and refer to them as a shekel goblin, when shekel is a currency used in Israel.
It's quite ironic, Jason, that you've just posted that, as that comment come up in the video, who they were talking about. Yeah, he does buy subs and views. We've already proved that as well here on the channel. If you want to go and watch Buying Fame, the video, it goes into quite a lot of depth of people. It's funny you say that as well, because there's another character on here who's going to tell you about buying subscribers and followers as well. And he just happens to be on the same team for these people as well. And what you'll also notice as well, these other ones that come out on TikTok, such as Big Stacks, HS Tiki Toki, all these other ones, they all know each other. What you won't know as well is most of them all went to the same school. There's another guy called Tyrone who does reaction videos. He went to the same school as HS Tiki Toki and Ed Matthews, but they won't tell you that. It'd be interesting to know what school. We've got a very interesting video coming up on HS Tiki Toki. It's going to blow your mind. And if you're thinking about going to Kick, once you find this out, I think you might change your mind. This is what I'm saying. Channel UTV is going to be the only platform, because it's not motivated by any kind of religion. It's not motivated by plants. It's not motivated by an agenda, and it's not controlled by the government. So it's a free platform. You can go and sign up now, right now if you want. Go over. You can even sign in with your Google account just to save time. There'll be loads of videos going up soon. We've got a very busy week next week, obviously uploading videos. What we're going to be doing as well, obviously for the members here at the channel, you'll get to see the videos first. The next day they're going to go on Channel UTV, so you can go over there and watch them first. And then on the third day, they're then going to be put on YouTube. So with regards to YouTube, I don't owe YouTube anything anymore, and it's certainly not a partnership. If they can just terminate your contract and take your money away like that, then that's no partnership. That's called being an employee. So I'll continue anyway. But yeah, with regards to buying subscribers and that's an interesting topic itself, Jason. I mean, after the news came out in December with the Manchester Evening News, and you lose 4,000 subscribers overnight, how did you then gain 16 or 15,000 subscribers in the next few months? Another interesting thing, Jason, as well, is if you actually want to go on Social Blade and go and have a look, you'll notice that these subscribers are being bought between the 21st and 26th of every month. And the reason that is because that's when YouTube pays their content creators. So if you notice in the next few days that the subs go up by another 1,000 or 2,000, the reason will be is because he's just been paid by YouTube and he's bought some more, which is actually against YouTube's rules anyway. But these people seem to be exempt from any kind of rules with regards to any kind of language, behavior, and also their crimes, to be honest with you. And it's just a shame, because there are a lot of people out there that are patriotic. Like, I've got a lot of faith in the UK. I was born there. Obviously got family in the UK. And I kind of grew up in a very different time to what it is now. I actually feel quite sorry for the younger generation and the kids that are growing up, because I just think, what the hell are they going to grow up to? I mean, I remember when kids used to play out in the street, and you don't see kids about anymore. They're kind of all isolated since COVID-19 happened. It seems that a lot of people just didn't really come back out after it. And a lot of the services in the UK certainly didn't open again. NHS being one of them. No disrespect to anybody that works for the NHS, but in my eyes, it's broken. So we'll continue anyway, and we'll go through the other videos, and you can have a look and kind of come to your own opinion, really.
Is this also why there have been social media posts of Tommy Robinson stating that Tommy needs some more shekels?
You've seen a few people online saying you're a bit of a plant. Why is that? Because they're saying you're getting nicked and all that.
Yeah.
And then
so
you
obviously I got nicked for the terrorism charge tonight in July. Hoylake, I don't know whether you were there for that one. The nowhere photographer caught it.
Yeah.
And anyway, obviously went on bail for 6 months. Then it got no further action. Then there was a charge that I don't know whether you've seen a few weeks ago, that I was remanded into Old Course for the Richmond Hotel incident. They stopped me coming to Liverpool for UKIP. Don't know whether you've seen the video of me getting fucking boxed in.
So just to point out here, Billy Moore will point this out in a minute, about the clear earpiece that Ryan's wearing in his ear, and the fact that Billy Moore asked if he's a plant. Bit of a strange question to ask someone. Another fact is Ryan got arrested the other week, didn't he, I believe? But he's still not in prison, and he doesn't seem to go there for some strange reason. But I suppose once you watch the DP audits and Ryan Ferguson video that's going to be dropping, you'll understand why he doesn't go to prison. And in my eyes, I believe very staged, and probably more for attention and views. So it wouldn't surprise me if the establishment already know who he is and kind of in on it, if you want me to be honest. You'd be very surprised who knows who in the police force, and who knows them people who are very high up. Like I said, but if you're not one of these people and you're not part of the team and you're not working for shekels, then your content's not going to get pushed anymore. My advice to anybody who's looking to open a channel on YouTube is I wouldn't waste your time, to be honest with you. It's really not worth it, because the amount of effort and time that you put into it, it's not going to get shown. Unless you're working for YouTube like these people, or you got called and invited to the Google HQ headquarters in March, then you're not going to get seen, which is why I said, if you go to your home screen, you'll be presented by Mark Shelby, Tyler Oliveira, Asmund Gold, who came out of nowhere in the past 3 months after not posting videos for 2 years on gaming, and his views went from 400,000 2 years ago to 2.4 million. Amazing. I wonder how he did that. Very strange, isn't it? It's amazing what happens when you get a push from YouTube. So we'll carry on, and I'm going to look at some other videos now. And here's a guy who actually talking about Rupert Lowe. So this also extends into Parliament, sadly. So unfortunately, some people are hoping for a saviour or somebody that's going to come and lead the way, help this country and save it. But my kind of opinion and sort of thoughts towards them people would be, no one's going to come and save you. You kind of have to be your own saviour for yourself and your own family. And obviously we need to kind of bond and become a community again. At the end of the day, there's a lot more of us than there is of the government. And I'll just give you an example of a situation. If you was in a dire life or death situation and you had someone there, I'm not saying an illegal migrant, of course, but just of anybody of any kind of other religious background or race, you'd soon be very quick enough to ask for their help if there was no one else around to help you and you was taking your last breath. So unfortunately, these people want to divide us, when in fact what we need to do is actually come together and work as a force. Now, you might ask why these people want to divide us, and I'm going to tell you why. And it all goes back to the same ideology, the same people these work for, and who YouTube's now run by, which I'm going to show you a part of a video as well. And if you don't obviously believe my words for it, or take my words, then obviously a lot of people believe and listen to Tommy Robinson. So listen to Tommy Robinson's words and see what he says, basically, about the situation. I believe it might be at this part of the video. I'm just going to skip through. No, it wasn't. It was on the other one. So I will skip through it, and you can hear from Tommy Robinson yourself what he kind of has to say with regards to YouTube. If I find the clip, that would be really helpful. If it's not in this one, it might be in the other one. But,
and each other, and I'll.
I know which one it was in. It was in the other one. What I'll do is I'll drop it in the DP Audits and Ryan Ferguson video. There you go. And it's basically Tommy Robinson stating that he doesn't get paid by YouTube, because people were saying, oh, he's a shill when he works for YouTube. He said, I don't get paid by YouTube. I'm not monetized. No, because he gets paid £8,000 directly from Israel each month, which has already been proven. He turned around and he said, yeah, I don't get paid by YouTube. I'm not even monetized. And YouTube's run by the Jewish Zionists. So make of that what you will and connect the dots. we'll go through another video as well. Here's someone speaking about Rupert Lowe and the connection between the black and white checkered hats, T-shirt, and Liam Tuff shirt.
Lowe is not your friend. He is 100% a Freemason. He even told you a few weeks back when he had a big massive picture behind him of Solomon's Temple. If you don't know what Solomon's Temple is, you need to research it, because it will tell you that he's a Freemason. And he says he's anti-jab, yet he's chairman of 2 biopharmaceutical companies involved in gene therapy and COVID tests. He supports Israel. He was just on that other shill Joe Rogan show. Anyone out there with that platform is not on your team. I mean, have we not worked that out yet? Joe Rogan would not be allowed to speak truth with the millions of people that follow him.
Just something to point out about Joe Rogan, as well as Alex Jones, I believe. They're both married to wives who belong to the same ideology and religion that YouTube's run by, and these people are that will work for them. So there's just something to think about. Like I say, you don't make it unless you're one of these people. Do you know why? Because they're called the chosen ones. That's why, because they're chosen. Yeah, that's kind of how it kind of breaks down, really. It's quite sad because there's a lot of good content creators out there and a lot of channels that went. So with regards to shields and people working for YouTube directly, especially security that seems to be passed around like a Ukrainian rent boy, people have asked, even, I believe his name's Scott's Ricky, the guy with dark hair, who was actually doing security for Billy Moore, who then went on to do security for the registered sex offender, DJ Media. And people said and posted, why is Scott's Ricky doing security for a paedophile? I believe, didn't he have Fred as well? When Fred went to Charlie, didn't Fred do some security, I think maybe for Billy Moore? He's done security definitely for Tyler Oliveira. And he's done security for a few others. Also strange that he came about. He's a covert bodyguard that doesn't wear an SIA badge. And he's so covert that everyone knows his name, and he's got a YouTube channel. Funny that. My guess would be that he obviously works for the platform. But if you don't believe me, just have a listen to this. He'll tell you. Works for American YouTube.
Justify the claim. What's happened today then?
Excuse me.
Justify the claim. Just accused him of assault. Justify it. Justify it. You heard it on live, did you? What are you even here for today? What are you here for? You can't answer a question.
Just listen in a sec, because you're going to hear him confirm, I was in America working for American YouTube. Not in America working as a content creator, not working in America as security, working in America for American YouTube.
Yeah. You can't answer a question, can you?
He's a minute for you, mate.
Sorry, one sec. We'll get there in a minute.
What are you even here for today? What are you here for? You can't answer a question, can you? You can't answer a question, can you?
He's a minute for you, mate.
I was working for American YouTube.
I
was working for American YouTube. There you go, straight from the horse's mouth. So if any people weren't too sure who these people work for, yeah, they work for YouTube directly. So and some of them are even actors. Well, they are all actors, if you want me to be honest. Some of them get to the breaking point that they can't hold the act up anymore and have to come clean.
I'm actually an actor, yeah, I'm a nerd. I work in the office, I work for living wage. I'm not a hard man, I've been in prison, I'm an actor, I lie.
Now, what I will say is when I looked for this video, it was posted about 2 or 3 months ago. When I went to go make a video with regards to Liam Tough and Big Stacks, the video had disappeared. Now, when I contacted the channel on TikTok and asked him and said, why have you removed the video of him saying and declaring that he's an actor? The week later, this video then went back up. But at the top, it had the text, Big Stacks pulls a prank, which it never had before. And it's not a prank. It's just the fact he's telling the truth, that these people are actors. Kick is owned by the same people that own YouTube. They own Pornhub. They own OnlyFans. They own TikTok. They own every single social media platform you can think of. So the question you have to ask yourself is, why would they want you when they can have one of their own? Put the dots together. Oh, and with regards, Jason, you said about views and subscribers. Take a look at this.
The likes algorithm is shit. But man, do it. I don't really get it at all. There's a couple girls, 200,000 followers. Rather than getting about 10 likes, come on.
So there's Big Stacks even stating for you that people buy followers, 200,000 followers, and get 10 likes. And just to finish off with GB News, just to confirm what the government are basically saying and telling people what they're now going to be watching rather than you have a choice. This is also applied to Amazon Prime and to Netflix now. So you now need a TV license for Amazon Prime and Netflix. Bearing in mind they're nothing to do with the BBC, or as we like to call them, the Pedo Protection Club.
It's going to be a story that will have to...
So if I put the volume up a bit for you.
Return to, because did you see today that we have this all the time now? Who should be able to access social media? What should they be able to access on social media? Well, now, one of the things that we're suggesting, we have something called PERDA. That's the name that we basically give it. In the run-up to elections, it's a pre-election period. And it basically means that it's very hard for us, sometimes almost impossible in some instances, to openly and widely be able to discuss politics in the run-up to one of these by-elections. So it's often when you'll see us and you'll hear us as presenters, we start listing off all the candidates and all the rest of it, because you have to give due weight to anyone that is running for election. Now, I think this is a little bit ridiculous in the age that we live in, particularly with social media, for example. But now, instead of recognising that life has changed, etc., what the government wants to do is try and take it the other direction. And now they want social media companies basically to adhere to those same rules that us broadcasters have to. It's ridiculous. You should be lifting those restrictions off broadcasters, not expanding them elsewhere.
So in other words, what they're going to be doing is silencing your free speech. So these platforms now, you're not going to have a voice or be able to express yourself with free speech. But if you come to Channel U TV, which you can scan the QR code in the top left-hand corner, it'll take you straight there. It'll take you to the channel that just gone viral at Channel U TV, where you can write articles, post your videos. It's now qualified, like I said, for Google AdSense. So you will get paid exactly the same as YouTube. We're not even saying to content creators that you have to leave YouTube straight away. You can actually start at YouTube, get paid for your videos on YouTube, and get paid for your videos on Channel U TV. So it's double bubble. But unfortunately, over at Channel U TV, they have quite a strict policy with regards to predators and sex offenders. They don't really tend to have them on there. And they certainly don't have shields or people that work for the government. So it's a safe platform for all the family. Go and sign yourself up. And there'll be plenty more content coming over there. And I'll finish off with this video and continue, because I believe there's a bit in here as well where it actually confirms that the government are going to be making you watch what they want you to watch. So you don't even have a free choice now of what you want to watch. You can't say anything. You've got no free speech left. You can't watch what you want to watch because your content creators are gone. The only content creators that are left are the ones that have got criminal records as long as your arm or into kids. And that's basically what they want to push. Now, you might ask yourself, why do they want to push an agenda like this? The reason is they're trying to normalise it. When you've got the Labour government and some of them who wanted to try and bring the age of consent down to 4 years of age, yes, 4, okay, you kind of have to ask a lot of serious questions. There's also another thing called, I believe it's called Labour 23. Someone told me about. It's a very interesting topic to go and look into. And then you wonder why there's so many of these people in Parliament. Parliament is absolutely riddled with these people who are into kids. It's just the fact that they haven't been found out yet, and they all cover each other's crimes, which is part of the code.
Especially in a general election. I mean, you want to hear everything there is said about a government that you're going to elect or not. And it's crazy because I see journalists who are part of the mainstream media, the politicians.
What you confirm about actors?
They're so scared by the democratization of information, how much information we can get. They can't handle it because their relevance is no longer as it was. I mean, I remember growing up, you only got information from 4 or 5 TV stations and you trusted them implicitly. And what social media has done is poked holes at all these things and highlighted actually that perhaps we've had the wool pulled over our eyes, and they cannot stand that they no longer have the monopoly of information.
One thing I will say about this woman, which is really, really strange, and it's a bit of just a strange thing to throw out there. If someone remembers the case of a guy called Mark and Constance Martin, which was regards to the baby that they left in the allotment that sadly passed away, and they went to prison, go and take a look at a picture of Constance Martin. Her name is Marten, and tell me who you think she looks like.
And that we can see and speak who we want. Did you see also that they want YouTube to change the algorithm to give more prominence to Channel 4, BBC?
And their own content creators.
It is a remarkable infringement on our freedom of speech. And it's so brazen, they don't even care anymore. And they're basically regulating competition. And the competition is free speech.
Yeah, so this is about what you're talking about. We discussed this, I think, last week, when they're talking about, they're putting it out to consultation about prioritising on your feed, irrespective of whether or not you want to see this or not. They would force the social media companies to prioritise on your feed what they regard as trusted and reputable news sources.
Like Channel 4 News, GB News, like here, who actually gave the wrong reports with regards to the Axel Ruda-Bacana case. Because if you go and watch the Southport video that we did, you'll see that the information that GB News gave was completely wrong and false, which then stirred up loads of riots, loads of hatred, and sent the whole of the UK into a state of rioting and turmoil. So thanks very much for that, GB News. Apparently, you're Britain's news channel. I would say that you're another country's news channel, if you ask me, because you're not in the benefit of the UK people. Because if you're going to sit there and lie and not tell the truth, then there you go. Another funny thing about GB News as well is they just won an award, which is an award they gave themselves, because other companies and content creators can't actually apply for these awards. I think it's only literally 4 companies, and that's like BBC News, GB News, and a few others. And the name of the awards is called the Trick Awards. So I'll let you work that one out for yourself, but we'll continue.
And actually, I thought it was quite interesting that YouTube have actually issued a sentiment to all the different content creators, advising them that actually this is what the government is consulting on.
And that's a lie as well, because they didn't send it to all the content creators, because I never got an email with it, and I know other content creators that certainly didn't. So the only content creators that got that email are the ones that work for YouTube.
They've been suggesting that these content creators actually get in touch and join into the consultation, because YouTube are basically saying, you can see it on your screen now, YouTube are basically saying to these content creators, this will directly impact you. It will deprioritise your content.
Yeah, it's strange. Yeah, I didn't get this. I don't know anybody else that did either. If you did, let us know. Drop a comment in the comment section if you received one of these, and we'll give your channel a shout out.
So you have to engage with this process to let the government know your thoughts. Eugene, your thoughts?
I mean, I think this is something where the left and right really have to come together, because this, to put it bluntly, it's the liberal elite trying to prop themselves up. You know, we have social media now, which has led to dissenting lines of thought to come out against that liberal narrative, which the BBC, Channel 4, all these other establishment news channels have been pushing for decades and decades and decades. Their monopoly is crumbling before them, and now we have genuine opportunities for the people to voice their opinions. It doesn't matter if you're left-wing or right-wing, those liberal elites want to crush you and force you to consume their narrative, which...
Yeah, they want to crush you, force the narrative, and also cancel out anybody else that goes up against them.
As we know from countless incidences over the last couple of years is often not true. Do you remember when they were trying to tell us that it was evil misinformation to say that COVID might have been a lab leak?
Yeah.
And now that's the general consensus, is that it was.
Well, also, do you remember when they said you should wear a mask, you shouldn't wear a mask? But my issue is who decides what's accurate, right? In a free society, it's the people that decide consenting views.
So I'll just skip forward. I think there's a bit more. If there's not, then obviously, no, that's it. So yeah, there's just a bit of confirmation for you with regards to, what's actually going on and happening with YouTube and the situation with it. So, like I said, it's kind of a bit of a breakdown behind the scenes. Unless you're a content creator on YouTube, you're not going to know about these things. There's some things I'll put up in posts and comments where I've explained about people who've bought subscribers and viewers and kind of how YouTube's completely changed now. And it's now run by a group of Zionists, which basically, hopefully, what's his name? Come to me in a minute. Paul Golding. Paul Golding will be okay on that because he's already pronounced himself as a Zionist and for Israel first, so he should be all right and get on okay. So yeah, that kind of just sums up really what's been going on behind the scenes, how the whole of the algorithms now changed, how certain content creators are now being pushed on your home screen. Like obviously you've just watched the videos yourself, basically backs up and confirms everything that I've said. So it's now a case of good versus evil, really. And what's even more ridiculous is to actually know what this is all motivated by, and it's motivated by prophecies and stuff that were written 200 years ago in a book. That's how psychopathic these people are. So yeah, it's all about pushing their own people. Sadly, they like to refer to you as Goyim. So the Goys won't be getting any more money on YouTube. I'd like to tell YouTube that the Goys are back in town. So there we go. There won't be no stopping us. So there's been a lot of improvements as well with the boat. We'll give you an update of that as well. We'll do a video that'll be going out to the members first, so you can catch up on the details with Operation Rule Britannia Stop the Boats. I did put a post out with the link. You'll have to try the link again because there was a problem with the GoFundMe page with regards to, they said something about you can't do giveaways or something because I mentioned about going for a ride in the boat. Absolutely pathetic, but it is what it is. So yeah, I took the text out and hopefully just waiting for them to reinstate it, which shouldn't be too long. So yeah, if you want to help with the boat at all, obviously, like I've said before, if you do want to help donate towards the boat, get the boat fast up and running quicker. The quicker we get it done, the quicker we'll get out on the water and make a difference. There's been plenty of people that have made comments such as, oh, you won't be able to get away with that, oh, the military, everything else like that. Like, I don't have time for people who are negative and neggy. We don't have neggy people on the channel here. So it is what it is. And unfortunately, there's no one else doing anything. So I'm not prepared to sit and wait for a saviour. I'm going to go and be my own one. And at the same time, I'm going to go and do it for the country and the people of this country, because at the minute, nobody's doing anything. You've got several of these patriots. They're multi-millionaires. Why haven't they done anything? Why have they not put their hand in their own pocket and done something? Why is money that's been donated to people such as Tommy Robinson not gone towards a woman's refuge or maybe a nursery or something to help with children? No, nothing. So that's just something to think about and leave with you, really. But I am going to wrap the stream up and then get back to some more video content creating. Like I said, I've got a Charlie Veach one coming. That's going to be interesting. Definitely got a DP Audits and Raya Ferguson. They'll both love that, I'm sure. We've got much more content to come. We're also going to be going to YouTube. Hopefully Danny's going to be coming with us, and Danny Unfiltered. So we're going to pay YouTube a visit and see what they've got to say about these people on their platform, really. A few people have asked me questions as well with regards to a certain type of logo. All I'm going to say to you is what I said to them, which is patience is a virtue. So yeah, we might have to take that to YouTube and see what they've got to say about that. That'd be quite interesting, won't it? So unfortunately, I'm not one of them sort of people to rush and haste into things, because then that's when you make mistakes and people slip up and get themselves in trouble. So fortunately, sometimes it's nice just to sit back, take a bit of time, think about what you're going to do, and then put things into place. let's have a look at some of the comments before we go. So we've got Natty Bulk, who's been with us. Thanks, Natty, for joining us. It's been a pleasure to have you here. Thanks for your input and your comments. They're valued very much as always. Thanks for investigating. No worries. Thanks, Sponge Babe first. Not a problem. I quite enjoy doing this stuff, to be honest with you. A lot of you might know that I lost a brother 13 years ago for a murder. So kind of that's what kind of got me motivated, really, to kind of do this sort of stuff. I also studied law and crime. Well, I studied law at college for 3 years. So obviously that's kind of quite helpful with regards to this kind of background and stuff. But yeah, it's kind of just holding more people to account, really, especially the people that are still on the platforms. So hopefully this video will also give you an understanding this live of how these people are still on the platforms. I know, like many of you out there, including myself, obviously with regards to certain people's behaviour, not necessarily their work, but their conduct on YouTube. I've had to log a complaint myself, but it just falls on deaf ears. And then there's been other people who've had problems with these people where they've gone to the police and the police haven't been very forthcoming. But I suppose if you're all in the same group, in the same band, then it's going to be like that, isn't it? So there's another comment in that, pure audits. Who's that? Is that a channel? Is that what you're telling me? I'll have a look at that if that's what you mean. I need to know because I like his video, but he sounds like a wrong one. Sorry if he's not. Okay, well, I don't know who you're talking about and I don't know the person, so I can't really comment on anything like that unless I've obviously got the evidence and the receipts to do it. Pardon me. Then, yeah, obviously you have to be just a bit careful with things that you say. Otherwise, you can get yourself in a bit of trouble if you don't come with the facts and evidence. It's just a shame some of the other videos I couldn't get up and put in, but I'm going to put them in another video anyway for you to see. Like I said, with regards to black and white checkered pattern, it's going to be a very interesting one on Ryan Ferguson. That'll open your eyes up, and then maybe you might understand why I don't go to prison. So anyway, it's been a pleasure having you all here. Thank you very, very much. I can't believe it's been 52 minutes already we've been on here, but I'm not complaining. I enjoy every single minute of it. And I'm glad to have you here. So if you haven't already, make sure to smash subscribe, smash the like button too. Take care of yourselves and each other. And I'll definitely see you all in the next video. And I'll leave you with this outro. Thank you very much and take care. Just a quick one before I go. Also, you can sign the petition, which is underneath, if you want to take a screenshot of that or type it into your phone. And sign the petition, it's absolutely free. The petition is to stop and remove registered sex offenders from all social media platforms. Rather than the government trying to shut our children down and ban our children from using social media, the plan is to remove those predators who are the ones that are on the platform in the first place. So share your support, sign the petition, it's absolutely free. And if you do want to help with the vote, then there's also there to GoFundMe if you want to help. Until next time, people, you've been absolutely awesome. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I'm going to see you in the next video.